Setting up dual monitors sounds easy until you end up with misaligned screens, weird color shifts, and a massive headache. If you are building the ultimate workstation or gaming rig in 2026, you need displays that play perfectly together. Welcome to Tech Selected. I am here to help you build that flawless dual screen setup. Whether you are coding, editing, or gaming, I have found the absolute top-tier options on the market right now. But hold up, my #1 pick offers insane value. But before we jump into the ranking, here are 3 traps that will completely waste your money if you don't know what to look for. Stick around for this because it could save you hundreds of dollars.
Here is the deal. Buying 2 monitors isn't just about buying the same screen twice. You have to avoid these 3 massive traps. Trap number 1, the bezel trap. You buy 2 cheap monitors, put them side by side, and boom, you have a massive black line right down the middle of your vision. Always, and I mean always, look for ultra-thin or frameless designs. Trap number 2, the spec sheet lie on viewing angles. You might see a monitor with great specs on paper, but a huge letdown in reality because it uses a cheap TN panel. When you use dual monitors, you are viewing them from angles, not straight on. If you don't get an IPS or OLED panel, your side monitor will look washed out. Real talk.
Third, port limitations. The classic nightmare is buying 2 displays and realizing your PC only has 1 HDMI port left. You need monitors with versatile connectivity, like DisplayPort or USB Type-C daisy chaining. Don't worry, I've kept connectivity top of mind for all my picks today. All right, enough talking, let's kick things off with
Kicking things off at number 5, the BenQ GW2490 is the absolute best choice if you're on a strict budget but still want a dual setup that doesn't look like trash. At under $100, this 24-inch IPS monitor is an incredible starting point. Here's the deal. Usually, sub-$100 monitors give you a clunky 60Hz refresh rate and terrible colors, but BenQ actually packed a 100Hz refresh rate and 99% sRGB coverage into this thing. That means dragging windows across your 2 screens will feel buttery smooth, and the colors will actually match. Plus, the bezels are super thin, making it practically seamless when you place 2 of them side by side. It also has dual HDMI and a DisplayPort, which is a lifesaver for plugging into a single graphics card.
Now, for the limitation, it is a 1080p resolution on a 24-inch screen. If you sit incredibly close, you might notice some pixels, and the built-in speakers are pretty weak. But honestly, who uses monitor speakers anyway? Grab a cheap soundbar and you are golden. For basic productivity, coding, or just having a second screen for Discord or Spotify, grabbing 2 of these is a total no-brainer.
Moving to number 4, the ASUS ProArt 24-inch is your go-to if you are a creative professional, video editor, or photographer who needs absolute color consistency across 2 screens. There is nothing worse than editing a photo on your left monitor and dragging it to your right monitor only to see the colors completely change. With the ProArt, you don't have to worry about that. It covers 100% of the sRGB space and comes Calman Verified right out of the box with a delta E of less than 2. That is professional-grade accuracy for about $169. Another massive win for a dual setup is the 16:10 aspect ratio. It gives you 1920 by 1200 resolution, meaning you get a bit more vertical space for timelines or code. Plus, the stand is incredibly ergonomic. You can pivot, tilt, and swivel.
A lot of users love flipping one of these vertically for reading chat or long documents. The only downside? The 75Hz refresh rate isn't meant for serious gaming. If you are trying to play competitive shooters across your dual setup, this isn't for you. But for pure productivity and content creation, putting 2 of these side by side is a fantastic investment.
Stepping into the 27-inch territory at number 3, the ASUS VA27 EHF is the best choice for anyone who wants a massive amount of screen real estate without emptying their wallet. Finding a good 27-inch monitor for a dual setup can be tricky because thick borders ruin the immersion, but ASUS nailed it with a frameless design that looks super clean and premium when you push 2 of them together. For around $125, you get a beautiful IPS panel with a 100Hz refresh rate and a 1 millisecond response time. That makes it surprisingly good for casual gaming and incredibly smooth for daily work. The eye care technology is also no joke. If you stare at 2 large glowing rectangles for 8 hours a day, the flicker-free and low blue light features will absolutely save your eyes from fatigue.
However, let's talk about the catch. It is 1080p on a 27-inch screen. Because the screen is larger, the pixel density is lower compared to a 24-inch model, so text might not look razor sharp if you are pixel peeping. The fix? Just push the monitors a few inches further back on your desk. For the price, getting 54 inches of total screen space across 2 monitors is an amazing deal for day trading, office work, or multitasking.
Coming in hot at number 2, the Samsung 27-inch Odyssey OLED G6 is the ultimate flex for hardcore gamers wanting a top-tier dual-monitor battle station in 2026. This thing is a masterpiece. We are talking about a QD OLED display with a 1440p resolution and a blisteringly fast 360Hz refresh rate. When you have two of these filling your field of view, the pure blacks and infinite contrast ratio make gaming incredibly immersive. The colors are Pantone validated, so it pops like crazy, and Samsung's glare-free technology actually works, keeping those annoying room lights off your screens. Imagine running a high-end game on your primary screen and watching 4K videos or streaming on the second, both looking absolutely flawless. Now, the elephant in the room is the price and the fear of OLED burn-in. At around $580 each, buying two is going to sting. But Samsung included OLED safeguard technology to actively prevent burn-in using a thermal modulation system, which gives you major peace of mind. The only real limitation, aside from the gamer aesthetic, is that QD OLED panels can sometimes cause slight text fringing. If you are doing heavy spreadsheet work all day, text won't look as razor sharp as an IPS panel. But if gaming and content consumption are your priorities, this is the best bang for your buck, hands down.
And finally, taking the crown at number 1, the Dell 27 Plus QHD USB Type-C monitor is the absolute best all-around monitor for a dual setup. Why? Because it perfectly bridges the gap between premium productivity and everyday entertainment without the insane price tag. Coming in at around $236, this monitor gives you a stunning 1440p resolution, which is the exact sweet spot for a 27-inch display. Text is incredibly crisp, and you get so much more screen space than 1080p. What makes this a fantastic center of a dual setup is the connectivity. It features a USB Type-C port that delivers up to 65 watts of power. That means you can run your primary display, transfer data, and charge your laptop all through one cable to keep your desk clutter-free.
Furthermore, Dell upgraded this model to a smooth 100Hz refresh rate, so scrolling web pages feels incredibly fluid. The ultra-thin bezels make the transition between your left and right screens practically invisible. The only minor gripe is that you can't daisy-chain this specific model, so you will need to plug both monitors directly into your PC or dock. For the perfect balance of resolution, everyday speed, and sleek design, this Dell monitor takes the #1 spot.
So there you have it. Those are the best monitors for a dual setup right now. I have dropped the links to all these monitors in the description below so you can check the current prices. If this video helped you plan out your dream desk setup, please hit that like button and subscribe to Tech Selected for more no-nonsense tech reviews. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.